We were about to celebrate our 15th anniversary as a church, and it had been a while since we had considered a visual representation or a branding of any kind. And so it just seemed like a perfect timing for us to say, hey, let's show something fresh and new about where we're heading to get everybody really excited about the future of our organization, of our church. But trusting someone to hear that and hear it well and interpret it in a way that satisfies everyone in the room. There was just that fear that maybe you wouldn't hear what we were trying to communicate, or there would be a miscommunication in some way, or what would come back to us would feel too many steps away from who we identify with as an organization and within our organization. I think the biggest thing that impressed me was the why behind the choices that were made creatively. So it didn't just feel like we hired someone who was creative to go and create something. It felt as though we had been heard, and there was an interpretation of who we are now where we could look at it and see the purpose behind it. So seeing our lead pastor's vision, key words, things that we use within our organization as a description of the certain line or color or shape that was being presented visually was really reassuring, very satisfying for me, just seeing that very first rendering and saying, okay, great. This is a good partnership. And wherever we go from here, we know we're going to be heard. And we know that he's going to come back with something that means something to us. Seeing people in different areas begin to play around with the assets and begin to choose like the different icons and expressions that they want to use on a hat or a t-shirt or a signage or whatever has been really fun to watch. And then there's people who just share the life of our church and have the history of our church. And for them to see the why behind that, they're not just lines and colors, but that they are attached strongly to our identity and to our vision and to how we express ourselves in the world. You can just see the buy-in for everyone, no matter what their interest is in our organization, that they feel like this visual representation is who they are.